Can you all hear me? The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to one and all. Today is an auspicious occasion for us. We all are gathered here to be a part of the inaugural ceremony of Jain School of Law, Center for Legal and Administrative Studies. To mark the beginning of the program, I invite Mrs. Jennifer Shah, Managing Director, Jain School of Law. Warm welcome to you, Ms. Jennifer.
A very warm welcome to one and all. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph Sir, Justice Abraham Matthew Sir, Justice Mohammed Mustaq Sir, Advocate K.P. Jayachandran, Chairman, Bar Council of Kerala, Advocate John S. Ralph Sir, other distinguished guests from the legal fraternity, and all those who have gathered here, a very warm welcome. It is a true pleasure for me to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of Jain School of Law. Legal knowledge and legal awareness plays a pivotal role in today's world. This cognizance has entailed in the birth of Jain School of Law. We aim at preparing all those aspirants to confront and succeed in the legal and administrative competitive examinations through our e-learning platform with the help of eminent faculty. Any form of education is an initiative that opens the horizon of knowledge. And at a time of adversity, when career options are at stake, we introduce before you a new dimension of teaching and learning through our online platform, emphasizing on the principle of pay less and gain more. This is indeed a dream come true moment for us. On this auspicious occasion, I would especially like to thank the Honorable Minister for Law and Cultural Affairs, Mr. A.K. Balan Sir, and Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph Sir, the former judge at Supreme Court of India, for accepting our invitation and being with us here amidst their busy schedule to inaugurate our premier venture. A.K. Balan is an untainted personality and a prominent figure in Kerala politics. He is a mentor to us and having close acquaintance with our family. Sir will be joining us after a short while. Justice Kurian Joseph Sir is known as an upright and compassionate judge and had deliberated major court cases. His words, "Silence of the lawmen do more damage to the society than the violence of the lawless men," sums up his credo. I am extremely pleased to welcome you, sir, on behalf of Jain School of Law. It is absolutely a honor for us to welcome the legal luminaries of our nation, Justice Abraham Matthew Sir, a former judge at the High Court of Kerala with exemplar professional credentials, Justice Mohammed Mustaq Sir, an erudite persona in the field of law and the sitting judge at High Court of Kerala, Advocate K.P. Jayachandran, Chairman, Bar Council of Kerala. A hearty welcome to all on behalf of Jain School of Law. Now, I would like to welcome the indubitable presence and the backbone of Jain School of Law, our panel of expert faculties. Advocate John S. Ralph, a prestigious trial lawyer in criminal cases and a formidable lawyer at the High Court of Kerala, and a senior-most faculty at Jain School of Law. Advocate Neema Noor, Assistant Public Prosecutor under the Government of Delhi, and a Program Director for the All India Law Entrance Exam, especially the Common Law Admission Test. Advocate Janvi Sharma, a practicing lawyer at the Supreme Court of India and a faculty cum subject expert. Advocate Shivu Sir, a practicing lawyer on the criminal side, a trial courts and high courts of Kerala, and a faculty in charge of English, with more than 15 years of experience teaching English language. Advocate Sajida Ma'am, a reputed lawyer at the Judiciary Bar and a faculty in charge for the Municipal Magistrate exams. Advocate Prabita, practicing lawyer at the High Court of Kerala and a faculty in charge of the Kerala Law Entrance exam. My hearted welcome to each and every one of you to this platform. I would also like to welcome Advocate Rashid Sir, the co-founder of Live Law and a pioneer in the online teaching for All India Law Entrance exam. Reception to Advocate Mrs. Miza Faisal, who along with Rashid Sir had made colossal impact at their online teaching platform. It is indeed my privilege to welcome our patron, the invincible strength and the dynamic presence, the chairman and founder of Jain School of Law, Advocate M. Sharifuddin, the member at Bar Council of Kerala and Waqf Board Kerala. We welcome you, Dad, to this platform. I would like to extend a cordial welcome to the legal fraternity from various court centers and High Court of Kerala, especially the judicial officers, the Bar Council members, the senior advocates, the junior advocates, the Waqf Board members who have accepted our invitation to spend their valuable time with us tonight. A special equal to Advocate Gopalakrishnan, our very own GP uncle, for his unwavering and exhorting support. A pleasant reception to our technical director at Jain School of Law, Vishwan Mammootty, Cybers Innovations Private Limited, for his prompt and ensuring technical assistance. Last but not the least, with immense pleasure and gratitude, I welcome each and every one of you who have accepted an invitation and decided to join us tonight. We expect all your support and cooperation in our future endeavors. Thank you. Now I request Mrs. Nilofar Shah, the Executive Director of Jain School of Law and the Master of Ceremonies tonight, to take over.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Jennifer. Lamp gives light. Light, when illuminates, bring a ray of hope, happiness, and glow. Our ray of hope and glow is none other than Advocate M. Sharifuddin, Chairman of Jain School of Law. I invite you, Advocate Sharifuddin, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Good evening to everybody. Honorable Minister of Law and Cultural Affairs, Sri A.K. Balan, sir. Honorable Mr. Justice Kurian Joseph, sir. Honorable Justice Muhammad Mustaq, sir. Chairman Bar Council of Kerala, K.P. Jayendran. Jonas Raj, High Court of Kerala. The other distinguished dignitaries, participants, and my dear friends and relatives. I am extremely to be here in this platform as it marks the fulfillment of our long cherished hope of opening an institution imparting legal knowledge to the needy. We are now in the pinnacle of crisis, which is a creation of COVID-19 pandemics. And this crisis has to be converted into opportunities. In the welcome speech delivered by Mrs. Jennifer Shah and the introductory speech delivered by Mrs. Nilofar Shah, they have explained everything regarding the formation, objective, etc. of Jain School of Law, and as such, I am limiting myself. Jain School of Law visualizes the skyrocketing advancement in the field of science, technology, and law. State of the art technology is so well integrated in our system that the experience is at par with in-class learning of, or perhaps better than that. This is possible to Jain School of Law by the brilliant efforts of outstanding brain behind. The future generation demands and reposes in a system where inseparable blend of legal know-how and technology go hand in glove with. In short, visionaries of the School of Law lay emphasis more on the future requirement rather than the current needs. By making use of the skills of eminent faculties available in India, we are planning to provide the best legal classes, coaching classes, and updation classes to law students, the aspirants of municipal magistrates, district judges, administrative officers, assistant public prosecutors, legal assistants, etc. Making this platform accessible to all sects of people by minimizing their expenses is one of our main agendas. I am so grateful to Honorable Minister for Law and Cultural Affairs, Sri A.K. Balan, Honorable Mr. Justice Kurian Joseph Sir, Honorable Mr. Justice Muhammad Mustaq Sir, and the Chairman of Kerala Bar Council, Sri K.P. Jayendran, and leading criminal lawyer of Kerala High Court of Advocate Jonas Raj for their gracious presence and making this moment memorable. I am also grateful to all the high dignitaries and participants and my dear friends and relatives who are present in this platform today. As informed here, due to some official program, our minister will join with us by 7:30. Hence, meanwhile, I invite Honorable Mr. Justice Kurian Joseph Sir to inaugurate the website launching ceremony. Thanks to all.
Thank you. Now we are very excited and pleased to launch our brand new website. To officially launch our website, I invite Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph Sir, former judge of the Supreme Court of India. Discipline decides your destiny. An exceptional individual who brings passion into the courtroom and blending it with a correct approach. Justice Kurian Joseph Sir can always hold his head high and tell this world that he has done his best. Even as a judge, he is remembered for how matter-of-factly in the dead of night, he helped for packing materials for the flood-affected people along with the junior-most members in the bar. Whether Kerala, whether Tamil Nadu or Assam or Himachal Pradesh, if he sees someone in distress, then he always takes a personal step to assist them. When the world looks at India, when the world looks at its judiciary, as a judicial officer, he always focused to protect the interest of the citizens. Not often do we come across such legendary people. With utmost pleasure and privilege, I welcome Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph Sir to virtually inaugurate our brand new website. Our website address is www.jnsl.in. Hearty welcome to you, sir, to virtually inaugurate our website.
Thank you. Thank you, Nels. Thank you for the kind words. It was so sweet and nice and kind of you to have remembered me. Nima, Anil, and so many people, in fact, contacted me for this program. I am so excited for any program, any lawyers invite me because after retirement, these are the platforms where we meet. For me, it was my family, wherever I meet lawyers on occasion, and particularly after this COVID. Even in arbitration also, we meet only in virtual platform. I stay back in Delhi and I do my arbitration, mediation, consultation, conciliation, everything on the virtual platform only. Maybe for the last 6 months, many of us, almost all of us may not have traveled elsewhere also. So this is a very particular situation. And I congratulate the organizers, starting with the Sharafuddin, in having thought of such a wonderful program, in actually making an opportunity out of every problem. We are used to seeing problems in every opportunity, but you have taken pains to see opportunity in every problem. And that's so we have the Jain School of Law. My esteemed brother Justice Mustaq, my esteemed brother Justice Abraham Matthew, Mr. Jayachandran, Bar Council Chairman. I can see various faculty members here, senior advocates like Gracious also is here. Ralph, Nima, Sharma, so many, many faculty members are also here. Many faces are known to me also. So my warm greetings to all of you. And this pleasant evening, we were able to see all of you, at least in the virtual platform. When Sharafuddin was introduced, he was told, no, light comes. I said, what's the purpose of light? Purpose of light is to remove darkness. Only light can remove darkness. So only knowledge can remove ignorance. So as far as we are concerned, all of us would like to go to the higher excellence of the judiciary. We would like to be judicial officers, maybe civil judge junior division, as we call it in North, where we call it the municipal magistrate in Kerala. And we have ADJ here, where we have only DJ there. And these are the two direct recruit opportunities in the subordinate court. Subordinate in the sense it is subordinate to the High Court. Because the system of administration of justice in a state is entrusted to the High Court under Article 235. So all the courts are in the state are subordinate to the High Court because the administrative control of administrative and judicial control, of course, are vested in the High Court. That is why it is called subordinate. Otherwise, according to me, even from the lowest civil judge junior division up to the Chief Justice of India, all have the same function of administration of justice. No doubt about it. But as far as interpretation of a statute and interpretation of the constitution, probably, these are reserved in the superior courts we call. That also is a constitutional concept. Thus are vested in the High Court and Supreme Court. So that's why they are called constitutional courts. Does not mean that other courts are not conceived in the Constitution. Yes, they are also conceived in the Constitution. But in the state judiciary, as far as High Court is concerned, we have a High Court for the state and we have a Supreme Court for the country. So these are the two constitutional courts as such conceived by the Constitution. So they are courts created by the Constitution. That's why they are called the constitutional courts. And those constitutional courts have been vested with the power to interpret the Constitution. As otherwise, in the matter of administration of justice, every judicial officer functioning as a court renders a service of administering justice. Actually, court, according to me, is not a place where people come. Court is a service for rendering justice. It's a service of rendering, not for service of rendering justice. So administering justice is actually the function of court, and it is a service sector, according to me. It's not a sector where somebody sits in a little high place and takes a danda or takes that hammer, etc. No, it's not the concept. That's all concepts meant for films, not for the actual administration of justice. These are all what we all have been seeing. I can see the former president of the Bar Association of High Court Bar Association, Ashok Kumar. He would also probably making these sort of speeches also. What is actually the function of courts? So, my dear young friends, it's a great thing that you have an ambition for a career in law. This is a career in law. This is a service sector, no doubt about it. You will not be in a position to enjoy your life as you enjoy as a lawyer. Be very clear that you are entering this field as a judicial officer. We are going to work 24/7. As a lawyer, you may not work 24/7, but a judicial officer, it is a very tough thing. Particularly, there's an impending all India jurisdiction also, all India service also, a Damocles sword there. Even otherwise in a state, take the case of Kerala. In the career of a judicial officer will have to travel from Kasaragod to Trivandrum. Because under our rules, no judicial officer is in a position to continue in a station continuously for more than 3 years. That is the rules made by the High Court of Kerala. But look at the plight of this judicial officer carrying the family and the children, changing schools after schools. It's not a joke. The children, refuse to go sometimes. It's a terrible mess. I've seen many judicial officers, making a regretful note in having come to this because, they hardly have any family life also. In the sense, so tough is the job. But at the same time, if you realize that this is a call to serve the people with your greater, innovative faculties God has bestowed in you, well, you will enjoy it. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you are a judicial officer, both in personal, in public life or professional life. So a judicial officer, this is just like the lawyer also. Ours is the only profession, lawyers, only profession where the Bar Council of India is defined, rather in the country, statutorily defined as a gentleman. And it qualifies saying that, therefore, what is ordinarily permissible for a layman will still not be permissible for a lawman because he knows law. So one who knows law should go the way of law. One who knows law should go the way of law, because he is expected to be model both in his personal life and his professional life. So it's a very tough career. Let me warn you that way. I'm not actually scaring you away, but you must be in a position to take it as a challenge. After all, there is a fundamental duty, to strive for excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. Yes, it's a fundamental duty. So having chosen this field of law, you can be a litigating lawyer, you can be a corporate lawyer, you can be a chamber lawyer, you can be in a solicitor's firm, you can be in an executive position, and you can also be certainly in the summit of all as a judicial officer also, where you are given a jurisdiction, not a power. Many of our judicial officers commit mistakes when they think that they have the power. It's not the power they have the jurisdiction. There's a lot of difference between power and jurisdiction. If you think that you have the power, then you will start abusing, you will start scolding, you will start using dandas, etc., etc. All your unnecessary things will come out, unwarranted things will come out of you. When you think there's a power, it's a power, no doubt about it. But it's not a power based in the person, it's a power of the institution to uphold the majesty of law. That is what is called power. Otherwise, a judicial officer sitting in a court, the court has a jurisdiction. When we say jurisdiction territorially, when we say jurisdiction pecuniarily, when we also say a judicial, a jurisdiction to deal with the matters and render justice. This is what is called actually jurisdiction. But unfortunately, the moment you go to change your chair and sit there, you think that there's a power, because I to remind you or not is within me. No, it's not your charity to remind the person. It's not your charity to grant a bail. It's actually you are only exercising a jurisdiction conferred on you by law. Howsoever high you may be, you are not above law. You are under law. You are also governed by law. This, unfortunately, all of us forget. The moment we go to such positions, we think that we are above law, and what we say is law. What we say is not law. What we interpret is the law. That is why I always say the conscience of a judge is actually the constitutional conscience. It's not his personal conscience. It's a constitutional conscience a judge has to take upon himself, because a judge is appointed to owe true allegiance to the Constitution of India as well, to owe true faith and allegiance, both faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, and to uphold the Constitution of India. As you all know, not even the President of India takes an oath for upholding law. President of India's oath under the Constitution is to defend law. Only a judge appointed in the High Court and Supreme Court takes oath, saying that they owe true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India. They will uphold the Constitution. So upholding the Constitution is actually the jurisdiction conferred on a judge, and that actually is the duty that the civil judge junior most division or junior division, we call it the municipal magistrate, is also exercising. It's not that the power is not in their pen. Power is actually the constitutional power and the power, or rather the jurisdiction that is conferred under the statutes made under the Constitution. So unless there is a statute, you don't have a jurisdiction. So your jurisdiction is cabinet and confined by law. So first of all, all of us should be lawmen. So if we are lawmen, we should know law, and we should go the way the law should go. And the people expect a lot from lawmen. And the one great thing people expect from lawmen is to guide the society. But unfortunately, the lawmen in today's country. So therefore, I just wanted to make this what they call preliminary observations, because all of us are lawmen. A lawman is actually cannot be a silent person. When things go wrong in society, it is the duty of the lawman to first say that you are wrong. And that you are wrong should not be perceived through the color of the specs you wear. this has been the unfortunate trend that we see in the country today. Even, many of the retired judges also, I'm really pained to see how they also view things through a different specs they wear. The person who has been holding such a high office should have only one specs, that the specs of the Constitution, where what is justice is laid down, what is liberty is laid down, what is equality is laid down, what is fraternity is laid down, what is dignity is laid down, what is the constitutional morality is laid down, what is the institutional morality is laid down. It's not the one's personal concept of morality. It is not a morality that is formed by your political ideology. It's not a morality that is formed by your religious ideology. It's not a morality that is formed in your conscience by some other philosophy. That is a conscience formed only by the Constitution of India. This clarity and this clean consciousness, or rather that the constitutional conscience is sometimes we find people lacking in some of the people whom we expected to uphold the Constitution till they die. But unfortunately, some of us are upholding not the Constitution. They are upholding something else. That is the unfortunate plight that we see. For what? I'm asking, after all, you live only once, but die only once. Never die twice or thrice. All these things, temporarily, what you see here and there, all these things will pass away. But as Shakespeare rightly reminded us, the valiant shall die only once. I'm just, remembering all these disturbing thoughts because this is how the society is going today. Even our lawmen, even our renowned lawmen are not in a position either to raise their voice, and if at all, and some of them raise their voice in their own colored specs. That is another unfortunate. In Malayalam, we say, Amme Thaliyal Nandu Varsham. That is how it has become the plight now. Even if somebody beats your mother, two children take two different views. That is a very sad state of affairs for the country is concerned. When the constitutional framework or a constitutional concept of administration of the country as a democratic country, as a country which is built on the constitutional values of justice, which is social, economic, and political, equality, that is of status and opportunity, liberty of thought, expression, faith, belief, and worship, and fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual. Are we in a position to say that the dignity of individual is protected today? Are we in a position to say that we have democracy where we have a space and a voice? Well, it is the duty of the guardian, and guardian is the judiciary. Guardian is the judiciary. The moment we say guardian has a role of protecting the children and promoting the interests of the children and nothing else. Not guardian's interest, not guardian's personal or selfish interest. I really feel pained when some of people like, whom we had very high expectations, just crumble. This is like Sukumar Rayakod of Dr. Sukumar Rayakod once said, many of the idols whom we worshipped from far, when you come close, they just crumble. Nothing inside. So my dear young friends, I do not know why I disturbed your thoughts like this in this evening, but it's good that, we should be aware of our country. We should be aware of what is the position of our legal fraternity today, what is the position of administration of justice today, what is the situation through which the country is passing through, and what is the role that people expect from the court, and whether the people are able to see their dreams coming through the court, and whether our judiciary as a guardian is in a position to rise up to the level of expectation of the people. These are all the questions you should all be asking before you choose your profession as a judicial officer in your career. And if you think that you can, you must, and you will, yes, I tell you, this is a very challenging profession. You should get into it. And I congratulate Jain School of Law in having thought of an affordable, accessible platform for our ordinary man, Aam Aadmi man. To say Aam Aadmi from Delhi is a different meaning, But I'm saying the common man who cannot afford, who cannot have access to the national capital or to the various high courts, world will become such a small village now. So it's a very thoughtful endeavor that you have taken to provide a platform for aspiring youngsters to come up in life and to build a career in the judicial service, to build a career in the administrative service through law. Because I saw Jain School of Law, I saw that you are both in law as well as administration, both aspects also. It's a very good idea because people need to know law, people need to become lawmen, people not become not only knowledgeable in law, but sensitized in legal framework or legally what you call permitted life or legally what you call conceived life. So because ours is a country governed by rule of law. All the best and hearty congratulations. Let's all pledge ourselves to be disciplined in law. Then only we become responsible citizens. This responsible citizens is a duty that we owe to the country, and that we can be responsible citizens only if we are disciplined in law. And this discipline will decide the destiny of not only us, but the country. All the best. Congratulations once again. God bless. With these few words, I declare the website as open.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspirational words. It's a great privilege and it's to have you with us today. And we are really obliged to you for endowing us with your wisdom. Now, to brief about the website, I welcome Rishwan Mamuti, CEO of Cybers Innovations Private Limited and Technical Director with Jain School of Law. Warm welcome to you, Rishwan.
Hi, everyone. Myself, Rishwan Mamuti. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Cybers Innovations Private Limited. This is a sought-after digital agency come software development company in Kochi. So we specialize in web development, mobile application development, and digital marketing primarily. And I thank Advocate Sharafuddin Sir for giving me such a great opportunity to present the website which we made for the Jain School in this inaugural ceremony. It's a great pleasure to be a part of Jain School of Law as its technology partner or the technology director. Speaking about the Jain School of Law, I must say we are one of the early adopters or frontiers of this kind of technology for teaching in Kerala. Definitely it is. And our web portal, the Jain School's web portal, is filled with a lot of awesome new generation technological advancements, which is capable of delivering great services such as live and interactive interactive classes directly through the website, subscribing for the courses which the students would like to enroll for, and make the payments online, everything hassle-free, without any hassle, with a wide range of easy payment options such as net banking, UPIs, Google Pay, Phone Pay, you name it, there is it in the Jain School of Law. So this is all about the website. You can see the website as Lawful already mentioned. This is the website link which I have already shared, jnsl.in. Here you can see the portal. You take your time and go through it, walk around. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rishwan. Thank you so much for your kind words.